Scorpio Collective, welcome. This is the fourth attempt I've tried. Oh man. Welcome in. I'm Nikki, your local vegan terrorist. Can't even say my name. Say my name. There's something about, we're gonna do a reading on you and your person. This is gonna be a hot mess, so just bear with me, Scorpio. It's been a while since we've chatted. Maybe it has been a while since you've chatted with your person, but there's this kind of sense of not knowing how to speak or what word to use. You could be tripping on your words. You could be halted tongue. You or your person could be typing messages or wanting to call. It's like, say my name when no one is around you, right? Destiny's Child, DC Comics, I don't know. But there's maybe a lot of people around you or your person at this time, and so you're finding it hard. You could be very busy, multitasking, doing a lot of things. I feel like you're putting a lot of things together, right? So maybe you feel like you've recently come apart, recently within the last year or so. You could have felt like you just fell apart. Everything fell apart. You experienced a tower moment, Aries, Scorpio, Mars energy. So it's also the song by Talk, Talk. Jeez, we're gonna get through this one. We're gonna get through this reading here, Scorpio. Cat got your tongue, something with cats, but that could be your name, your person's name, Katarina, Catherine, something, Katie. But there is like this sense of kind of putting all the pieces back together. And so maybe your person is helping you with that, or you can feel that you're coming together for real this time. So maybe you've had a couple touch and go moments where it's like it didn't quite go because your life was maybe in shambles when you came into connection, which is good that you didn't try to force it. That's the twin flame journey, is you come together, and if you try to force it, I mean, you can force it. A lot of people will come into connection and just go based off of the chemistry, but you need all four elements, right? You need all four elements to have a balanced 11-11 divine union, right? So we're gonna see. There's somebody and yeah, maybe when you were putting your life back together, you were very silent, and you maybe weren't that social, and so you could just be getting out. Maybe you're going to be doing something for Halloween. Maybe you're going to be doing something, depending on when you're watching this, something for the holidays, or you could just be in your birthday season. Maybe your birthday just passed and you went out and you met this person, so it could be very recent, where you're gonna go out and meet this person on your birthday, something about your birthday or celebration, right? You might meet at someone else's birthday or celebration. A child could be involved here. So there's this sense of you kind of coming out, Scorpio, and relearning how to engage with people while you're in this higher frequency, because you've done this work to heal that 318 on the clock there. So maybe those numbers mean something to you. All right, we're going to read for the masculines first. And this light is very weird. I'm not thrilled about it. This light, I'm not thrilled about this. Maybe something is coming to light. Maybe that's why you've been silent, or with this person, there may be some silence because you don't want to say this thing, or you don't want them to find out this thing about you. Chariot could be a Cancer involved here, but this is someone wanting to follow their heart. And Six of Pentacles is collaboration, and it's having enough love. Six is the number of love, agape love, unconditional love, divine love, right? So it's self-love, it's love for your person, it's love for the collective, it's unconditional. And I think you've had this large bubble of love. This large bubble of love. And I think this person's going to come in it and pop that bubble. And you have all this unconditional love to give, but you've never had anybody that would reciprocate it, so you never knew how to give it. And this is in friendships, this is in work, because love is not just about sex, Scorpio. That sacral chakra could be very activated. Maybe you're dating again, maybe you've been celibate for a while. The readings yesterday were dry spells. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. But this is a lot of healing. Following your heart is going to be very healing. And so maybe you want to do something in the community You want to maybe volunteer more, but your finances weren't in the place where you had that available to you. You weren't able to volunteer because you were the person that was like, I need to be going through that soup kitchen. You know what I mean? Like maybe things were very rough. Temperance, a lot of major arcana here, Scorpios. This is big, big life stuff, which we know because we're reading for divine union. So, temperance, which means you're on the frequency. You've Sagittarius energy, but this is angelic faith in whatever you call angels, whatever you call your ancestors, whatever you call your spirit team, whatever you call your Holy Trinity, me, myself, and I, body, mind, and spirit, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, whatever you call it, doesn't matter. Your Holy Trinity is about balance, okay? It's the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and the divine creation, right? So you could be having a child with this person, if that's something that you want, but you are going to be creating something. You could be procreating or co-creating. Let's see, masculines, let's see. I want to get as... Maybe somebody feels rushed here. Page of Cups, Three of Cups. Could have Virgo placements or dealing with Virgo. There's something about wanting to get this offer right. Because we have a Page of Cups and the Three of Cups, which is somebody coming in who is not insecure, but they're a little bit naive or a little bit shy, a little bit new to this whole love thing. I don't know the lyrics, and I think it's Lady Gaga, but I could be a love thing. It sounds kind of like that, maybe. That's how I'm hearing it in my head. Something about a love game. I could be your love. I don't know. Something about a love game. I could be your love thing. Five of Cups. Masculines feel like they're in this energy of maybe looking at the past, crying over spilled milk, or that was at the bottom here, the Devil Capricorn energy. This is Saturn. This is the root chakra. So a lot of red, possibly, around you, or maybe that's your favorite color, or that's going to be some sort of sign or synchronicity for you. You're going to be seeing a lot of red. M.R. Mr. There's some freaky stuff here. I mean, you're a Scorpio, so there's a Scorpio in the mix here. At least one of you is a Scorpio, probably, or have strong Scorpio placements. So you could have, your maybe check your Saturn placement, but the root chakra is all about releasing and letting go of things, and that's I think that you've released that energy. The masculines have released that energy of crying over spilled milk, looking at the past and going, why didn't this work out? Because the Five of Cups, which I should have shown you, is whistle while you work. You could be finding joy or like a pep in your step at work. Maybe your life was just sort of mundane. You're just going through the motions. You were just like focusing on yourself, healing, and and that's great work. But shadow work is very hard. It can be exhausting, but it is reciprocal. That's the good thing about it, is when you give to yourself, you always give back, right? If you're not pouring into others, right? If you give yourself the time to pour into yourself, you will fill up. You will have a full cup here. The Fool is taking a leap of faith. That is more Aquarius and Aries energy, very active energy, but it's active in a way that's playful. It's not, very masculine focused. There's water here. I mean, you could be dealing with another water sign, but Scorpio, you are a water sign. So that's the energy that we're coming in with, this sort of jovial, playful, light energy. The Page of Cups is somebody who has hope in love. This is hope in love again. I think that you've lost hope and now it's coming back. And so you want to pursue, or feminines, the masculine wants to pursue you by bringing in an offer of a date, a celebration. Again, you may meet at a celebration. So that could be confirmation for those of you who are like, where am I going to meet this person? Or was that my person that I met however long ago, right? It's like you met and celebrated. There was celebration all around. And that's what love should be about, You should be able to celebrate love, and I think you've never been able to. So maybe you were with people who did not like PDA, public displays of affection, or people who are just emotionally closed off, so it made you close off, because that's what a Scorpio will do. They will just react like a mole. So yeah, there's the moon here, Cancer, Pisces energy. It's water energy. I mean, you're in there too, you little crustaceans in there, because that's what scorpions were, is large underwater crustaceans, and then they, to adapt to their environment, like you guys can do, because you have the Plutonian vantage point, the furthest point from the sun. Farthest point? I always mix those two up. And so maybe you're Googling things. Maybe you're looking into things to kind of like study up, research. So I'm getting like a Page of Swords energy, but you're not Page of Swordsing. You're, well, no, maybe you are. There's a Page of Swords. Somebody, this masculine is over here with the Page of Cups looking at this feminine. Could be dealing with an earth sign feminine. There is the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So there's a decision between the moon. So the moon represents lack of clarity and confusion. You may need to slow this down. This video. I feel like I'm talking very fast. You know, you could feel very like caffeinated. But there's this sort of combustion energy because we have the Knight of Swords, which is fast moving communication. And then Page of Swords right behind that. You've really worked on your self-worth here, masculines. You did not feel valuable, but you have to feel valuable. You have to get into the King of Pentacles energy, knowing your worth and your value in order to pursue a feminine who apparently knows their value, because this feminine is sitting here looking at their pentacle going, all right, I guess I'll wait until somebody comes in with a pentacle. And here's that Six of Pentacles again. This is you two coming together, collaborating in work, in love, in life. This is the community power couple, and not power couple like necessarily, maybe you will, but not necessarily the type of power couple that makes a lot of money or has big houses or fancy things. You guys could both be very modest in your materialistic thing, in the material world, in the pentacles, because you have enough. When you have agape love, you have enough to share. When you fill your cup, you can pour into others, right? You just have to become discerning about where you're pouring that cup. All right. Yeah, you've really gotten, yeah, you've got the Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You've got all this good energy here of power, and we've got Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment in something that's going to be very emotionally fulfilling. And then we have strength here, Leo energy. You've really built up your trust in yourself, in your shadows, and not looking at those things as a detriment or as like some sort of impediment. You could have a speech impediment. I keep getting impediment, or maybe you just feel like you have some sort of setback or some lack of worth, or you did, and you have to work on that, and you had to work on that, right? So there's going to be people in different timelines here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, moving forward, series of events. I'm not sponsored or anything like that yet, but I just love kombucha. So maybe you're drinking kombucha. It's ginger spice and everything nice. You could be taking care of yourself physically as well. So there's some sort of glow up, for lack of better terms. I have better terms. I'm just going to say that because it's a hot word. It'll help the algorithm. The Hierophant and the Seven of Wands. There could be a Taurus feminine here. That was a runner. Seven of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of self-deception. Seven of Pentacles. Wow, 777. Friends, Monica, where she's saying 777. You know, this feminine's going to teach you how to make love. Masculines. Knight of Wands, yeah. So there's something about patience, waiting to take your time. There's a need to slow things down. Or maybe there was that sort of like rushing energy is like, it's taken a long time to get to here, and then there's going to be fast movement and communication coming in. Knight of Wands. But maybe you were dealing with a Knight of Wands, which is a masculine who just wants to bring in the magic stick. I got the magic stick. That's all I know, I guess. Apparently I thought I knew a couple other lyrics in there, but I don't. But if that song came on, I bet I'd know every single one of them. I bet I'd know every single one of them. Ooh, that flipped over the moon. I was going to say feminines, you could be thinking to yourself, I bet I know every single one of them. But not necessarily, I mean, maybe that means something to you, but I'm just getting like, feminines, you might feel like, I thought I knew who my person was, or I thought I knew all the masculines in the world, right? Maybe you thought you had experienced all types of masculines, and it was not. There was a lot of lack of clarity. There was attachments. You were ruled by this confusion, right? He's just not that into you. So again, this could be a friend, something that started as a friendship, somebody that gave you very good advice, or gives very good advice. This masculine is going to give you very good advice. This is like, I give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. I guess that explains the trouble I'm always in. You know, it's like, I think feminines, you were, you loved the drama. And I think maybe you're sitting there going, I don't love the drama, which is what you've healed to get on this frequency of attracting this masculine. But I think you used to just attract drama, and you're like, is it me? Am I the problem here? Because I keep, I logically, I know what I want, but I keep attracting these lower vibrational masculines that are just not on my frequency, which means if I'm attracting that, what's my frequency doing? Those are the hard questions that you've asked yourself, feminine. So give yourself credit for that. You didn't just go like, boo-hoo, woe is me. You activated and you changed it, and I feel like you've cut these cords because the moon flipped over. It flipped out and then flipped back over in the next shuffle. So it shuffled like that. So it's like there was a phase, a moon phase, a phase of your life where you were maybe you dealt with codependency. There's attachments to lack of clarity. So you likely, feminines, dealt with parental separation, right? Emotional, they could have been in the same house as you, but maybe they were very emotionally separated. Moon is all about emotions. You could have been dealing, again, there's a lot of Cancer and Pisces energy here, which is a sister sign to, not the sister sign, your sister sign is Taurus, but your polarity sign, but there is something about the sister, maybe something with your sister, is... I just watched the show. I just finished the second season of Nobody Wants This, which is like, maybe you were raised with siblings and none of you like knew how to get love right because of your parental dynamics, right? But the star, again, you both are going to experience a lot of healing. That's what the twin flame union is for. Like, the divine union is a very healing connection. It's it urges you to heal yourself, to do that work so that you can be on this frequency of giving to yourself and being with somebody who lets you give to yourself, right? Because I feel like you've dealt, feminines, I feel like you've dealt with masculines who did not want you to give to yourself. They wanted you to take from yourself and give to them. Takers. Five of Cups again. Yeah, you both have dealt with a lot of really... you and your masculine both have dealt with this. Something on the maternal line, something in the feminine energy, something in the heart space. There was a major disappointment. There was a major separation that influenced the types of connections that you chose to give your energy to. And then you both realize that's not working. And I feel like I was going to say hollow person, but then I said shallow. So yeah, maybe it was like you were only giving superficially because no one, and Scorpios are very deep, right? Y'all don't like to talk about basic shit, you know? It's like, let's talk about death and destruction and rebirth and all these very ethereal things that very few people understand. And so I think that you have maybe not been around enough people or any people, it feels like maybe you've probably just been like, no one understands me, I'm all alone. Very isolated. I mean, Pluto is very isolated and misunderstood. It's been called not a planet, dwarf planet, moon, you know, and then it's like, oh, maybe it's a planet, maybe, you know, it's like, that's the same reason that you guys had to evolve or devolve to come up on land so that you could fit the environment that people were putting you in. That's very important. That's something that you both have experienced. And so you're going to be able to talk about everything, right? And I'm getting that scene because I love the movie. Mandy, where they're sitting there and they're talking about their favorite planets. You guys are going to talk about space and time and aliens, and you're going to have these experiences that you can finally share with somebody, these synchronistic celestial experiences, these cosmic happenings that no one else has ever seen or understood. Or maybe you just weren't around the right people where you felt safe enough to share that, right? So, Six of Cups is soulmate energy. This is your soulmate. Let's do a confirmation, clarification, see if there's anything else in here for the mutual energy, the shared energy here. Death, Ace of Pentacles. There's a death and rebirth. It's something new. It's coming in with a new sense of self-worth, the number 13. Ooh, okay. Shuffling. You guys are gonna, there might be a little bit of a, I don't want to say a setback, but a need to maybe pause and figure out the kind of logistics of this connection, perhaps. Because when I went to shuffle, the cards completely missed each other. They were close, but it was like they didn't know how to merge together. Strength. You both could be very hyper independent, and so like allowing other people into the spaces that you've created, those beautiful spaces, Five of Cups, is going to be maybe challenging. Now, the Five of Cups here, oh, that's what I was saying, is in the Five of Cups, traditionally it is a masculine figure looking towards the Three of Cups that have spilled over, these that are on the ground, right? And then the Two of Cups is right behind them, and they're not seeing this union. They're not seeing a balanced reciprocal energy. They dealt with cheating, deception, whatever. Both of you probably have. Because there was a bit of self-deception. You both were kind of just barely skimming the surface of who you are. Because you were never in a place where you felt safe enough to go deep. And so now we have the Three of Cups in the upright, and see in this deck here, the masculine's not listening. They're like, la 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 la. I'm done listening to these people, this toxic femininity, this karmic fucking. It's like a sober. So maybe there's some sort of sobriety here that's taking place. Taking place like it just happens. Like you're just like, oh, I'm sober. Maybe it did. Maybe it was just kind of all at once. One day you were getting blacked out, and the next day you're like, I'm done. I don't want to do that anymore. There was sort of this just like all in, all out, which you are a fixed sign, so that is fixed energy. It's like once you, it might take you a long time, but then once you decide, you're in. That's how this connection is too. It's going to be maybe very slow and methodical. We've got pentacles here, so it's like slow, feeling it out with all the cups here. But then once it comes together, I think it's going to come together quite quickly, and it's going to be all in. But there's this releasing. There's this like, I'm not crying over spilled milk. I'm not listening to this. But there's also this hermit thing, because they were doing this work to heal this, the masculines, but they still weren't looking for love because of that Five of Cups. Now look at the Five of Cups in this deck. I love because it all feels very positive. So it's like the positive side of the light aspects of all the tarot cards. So this is the Five of Cups are all in the upright. It's like all of those spilled cups before have brought you to this place. And there's a lot of Leo energy here, which is the heart space. It's the masculine. It's divine. It's creation. It's a rebirth. It's the sun is the happiest card in the deck. And it's taking you out of this moon energy of, I don't know what's ever going on in these connections, to, oh, that's why all of that happened. It's because now I'm with my person. I'm about to come into Six of Wands again. More Leo energy. A lot of Leo energy. So you could be dealing with a Leo. Leo is also a fixed sign. Could have strong Leo placements. Again, that is a masculine energy that's coming in. And the Hermit. As I say, they're coming out of this Hermit mode, which is Virgo energy. Again, I was getting that at the beginning because Virgos don't want to see this spread right now because it's a hot mess. But at first I was feeling like they needed to be spaced, right? And there could be something like that because, like hanging things up on the wall, you could be redecorating, you could be like, masculines could be making their space more inviting for the feminines, maybe you're going to be moving in together, but there's this like nesting energy of cleaning up your space, getting rid of things, taking care of your body, like you want to do these things for yourself. Finally, Ace of Swords, that's communication. Ten of Pentacles, that's growing old together. That's the power couple. And that power couple is not like we're making it's, you have this healing power. you are both powerful together, and you're going to hold such a magical place for people to heal. And I like this one. So let's see. It's a game. It's called 3 Seeds. So maybe the number 3 is important to you. Maybe you see things, numbers in 3s. Let's get this one. Cool. Event. I was getting this in the last one. Early harvest. Complete a crop early. Only seeds played on the crop earn points. This is somebody who has, both of you have focused on that 7 of Pentacles. You've planted seeds. This is the type of person that you wanted to be with. This is the type of person you wanted to be. This is you being your most authentic self and being able to, this is Wheel of Fortune, right? Because you watered your own grass, because you were in this hermit mode, because you did this Aquarian self-healing process, really focusing on healing yourself. And maybe something in Aquarius season, end of January, beginning of February is important to you in that path. Like maybe that something really clicked in there. So you've really been putting in the work, and it's like you're getting rewarded. And the event is getting all this hydration. Maybe something about hydrangeas or gardening, growing. There is growth here. That is 7 of Pentacles. It's like the flowers are blooming. I put that one back, and now I'll never know what it was because these don't have like sides like that. They're all different sides. Anyway, I think it was a crop one, but I don't know. But it's sowing the seeds, place on any crop in play. Yeah, it's like you're getting rewarded for all this work that you did. And it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I did get quite bashful in the reading where I pulled this first because it this little thing here just, dirty minds. It's a leaf. It's a frozen leaf, okay? Calm down, Nikki. Number 5. 7 and 1. We're going to roll it. It's, again, there's this, you're going to teach each other how to love. I don't know why I'm stacking those together, but I am. All right, where's my die? Oh gosh, 6 and 3. It landed like this in my lap. So maybe the number 6 or 3, the number 9. Maybe that's important. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6 Mafia. Yeah, maybe this is like 3, 6, 9, which is a sequence. It's a sequence of 3s, 3, 3, 3s. And this event is like so much hydration. Oh, the song by Kamau, it's called Garden. And it's called, one of the lyrics is, hydrangeas at this, hydration on your flower, hydrangeas at this hour. I'm seeing morning sex, right? So it's like right when the sun rises. There's a lot of lovemaking here, and it's not just like, oh, you get to have your freak on. This is true divine union lovemaking, okay? Lovemaking. Maybe you shied away from that word, or you were kind of like, puh, whatever. But this is like, this is tantric. Maybe that's something you're researching. You're researching how to, because again, maybe there was just a long dry spell. I just got so distracted there. Why? Joker. I think you're tired of thinking about this. The masculine here, because masculine pursues, feminine receives. I think you're tired of thinking about this, and you just want to bring in action. Because it's like, oh God, I'm just talking. Like, just get in there. 7 of Wands. Yeah, I'm tired of running away from this. 9 of Cups. I'm ready for my wish fulfillment. This masculine knows that this feminine is their wish fulfillment, and they're coming in with fast communication. As fast as maybe one of you ran away, you're running back to each other. I wanna run to you. Ooh. and my throat is cracking right now. Can you hear that frog in my throat? So maybe, yeah, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking. I want to run to you, but I think this masculine, feminines, go easy on this masculine. If they come in and they stutter, come in with a stutter. Just come in. Come in. Maybe they're going to be actually coming to your door. But it is kind of like they're going to ask if they can come in. They're going to ask for your permission, hopefully, right? I mean, they wouldn't be divine if they didn't. So they're going to ask for your permission. Maybe they're going to say, like, may I kiss you? All right. There I go. Licking my lips again. All right. Feminines, masculines, I hope there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well.